Good morning, students. Welcome to yet another video of Political Science, Chapter 4 Working of Institutions, Part 4. In the previous videos, we saw that the Prime Minister, MPs, MLAs, ministers, as well as the civil servants and government officials have powers and responsibilities at different levels. There are certain expectations from all of them. How do we ensure that each citizen or institutions doing things in the right way? What if the ruling party is making use of unfair means to run the country? What if the citizens of the country are against the decisions taken by the government? Whom do they go to? For all these questions, we will get answer from today's subtopic. Today we will learn about our judiciary. An independent judiciary is a must for a democratic form of government. Our judiciary consists of the courts at different levels. Indian judiciary consists of Supreme Court, High Court and District Courts. Supreme Courts for the entire nation and High Court in the states and District Courts at the district level. India has an integrated judicial system. What do you mean by integrated judicial system? It means Supreme Court controls the judicial administration in the country. It means the decisions by the higher courts are binding on the lower courts. A person can appeal to a higher court if he believes that the judgment passed by the lower court is not just. The district and high courts are all subject to the control of the Supreme Court. Supreme Court handles the disputes between citizens to citizen, the disputes between citizen and government, the disputes between two or more state governments, and finally about the disputes between government at the union and at the state level. So these are the kind of disputes that are worked around by our judiciary. Supreme Court can act as an appeal against the decisions of High Court. Supreme Court is the highest court of appeal against civil and criminal cases. Supreme Court act as a guardian of fundamental rights. It means the citizens has the right to approach the courts if we feel that any of our fundamental rights is violated. The next is about the appointment of judges. The judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court are appointed by the President of India in advice with Prime Minister and consultation with Chief Justice. So now let's see who will become a Chief Justice. The senior most judge of the Supreme Court becomes the Chief Justice of India. In the next slide, we can see the picture of our current Chief Justice of India. Our current Chief Justice is Sharad Arvind Bobde. Hope we all are familiar with this face because he was a part of the recent historic Ayodhya verdict. The senior judges of the Supreme Court select the new judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts. Judiciary is an independent body. Our Indian judiciary is an independent body. It means that it is not biased. And it's not under the control of legislature or executive. Once the judges are appointed, they cannot have the reflection of Prime Minister or President. The judges do not act as per the direction of the government or else as per the wish of the ruling party in power. Then you may think, who controls the judiciary? The judiciary is controlled by the Chief Justice of India. So, I'll repeat the point once more. Our judiciary is controlled not by the Prime Minister or by the President. In turn, our judiciary is controlled by the Chief Justice of India. So, Chief Justice of India is the highest authority in the judicial system. The next slide is explaining about removal of judges. How can we remove a judge? Or else is that possible to remove a judge? Once a person is appointed as the judge of the Supreme Court or the High Court, it is nearly impossible to remove him or her from that position. It is as difficult as in the case of President of India. A judge can only be removed by the impeachment motion passed by 2 by 3rd members of the two houses of parliament present and voting. So if you want to if you want to remove a judge, that is possible only through impeachment motion. So what do you mean by the term impeachment? Impeachment means to make a formal statement saying that a public official is guilty of a serious offense. One example for impeachment is the case of Bill Clinton. We all know that Bill Clinton was the president of USA from 1993 to 2001. 22 years ago, that is in 1998, Bill Clinton became the first president to be impeached since Andrew Johnson in 1868. Bill Clinton was impeached, but he was acquitted. Acquitted means free from a criminal charge and not removed. However, in the history of India, this was never happened. The next heading is explaining about judicial review. What do you mean by the term judicial review? There are various judicial reviews takes place. These determine the validity of the legislature process. Judicial review is the power of the judiciary to explain the constitution of the country and can declare invalid any law of the legislature or the actions of the executive at the union level or at the state level. It means the judiciary can challenge or question the laws made by the legislature or the actions taken by the executive. If the court find that a law or an order of the executive is against the provisions of the constitution, it declares such a law or order as null or void. So, in simple terms, judicial review means it is the power of the Supreme Court to decide whether a law enacted by legislature or decisions by the government is constitutional or not. Constitutional means as per the constitution. The next heading is explaining about public interest litigation. What do you mean by public interest litigation? So, public interest litigation means in the recent years, the courts have given several judgments and directions to protect the public interest and human rights. Anyone, any citizen can approach the courts if the public interest is hurt by the actions of the government. This is called public interest litigation. The courts intervene to protect the misuse of government's power to make decisions. With this, they check malpractices on the part of public officials. So the court can intervene to prevent the misuse of government's power and to make decisions and check malpractices on the part of public officials. Hence, judiciary enjoys a higher level of confidence among the people. So by this we concluded the subtopic judiciary as well as the chapter working of institutions. Now let's have a quick recap of today's class. So today we learned only about judiciary. So we learned that judiciary, an independent judiciary, is a must for a democracy. The judiciary of our country consists of the courts at different levels, and Indian judiciary consists of the Supreme Court, High Court, and the District Court. Supreme Court for the entire nation, High Court in the states, and district courts at the district level. And the Supreme Court is the highest court of appeal against civil and criminal cases, and Supreme Courts act as a guardian of fundamental rights. And the judges of the Supreme Court as well as the High Court is appointed by the President in advice with the Prime Minister and consultation with the Chief Justice. India's judiciary is we have an independent judiciary, which means our judiciary is not biased. Once the judges are appointed, they cannot have the reflection of the Prime Minister or President of India. And then about the removal of the judges, if you want to remove a judges, it is not that easy. It is very difficult to remove a judge from his post. The removal of the judges is possible only through impeachment. Impeachment means to make a statement saying that an official is guilty of a serious offense. So however, um, in the history of India, this was never happened. Then we learned about judicial review. Judicial review is the power of the Supreme Court to decide whether a law enacted by legislature or decisions by the government is constitutional or not. Then we learned about public interest litigation, PIL. So, public interest litigation means any citizen can approach the courts if the public interest is hurt by the actions of the government. So, this is called public interest litigation. So, the court can intervene to prevent the misuse of government power and make decisions and check malpractices on the part of the public officials. So by this, judiciary enjoys a higher level of confidence among the people. So now we completed the chapter working of institutions. So if you have any doubt related to today's class as well as related to the chapter working of institutions, feel free to mail at dmcsonlinequeries@gmail.com. Thank you, students. Have a good day ahead.